Thank you, Studio White Fox, for giving me an anime series to watch every Monday. Grimoire of Zero. Now, this is a series I have been waiting to air since I saw it on AniChart. I expected this series to be somewhat good because it was by White Fox. They've done some good works in the past, and also, you know, the way the summary sounded like something I might be interested in. So, got around to watching the first episode today. And, oh my god, the first episode surprised me with the setting, or in this case, the setup for where the plot could possibly go. Now, I want to be just completely straight up with you, okay? Overall, the first episode of Grimoire of Zero, it's good. It has a lot of potential. However, in terms of a lot of things, there's a lot of similarities to other series with this same setting. But there is some differences here that makes it to where it has potential to turn out to be a very good series. Number one, it comes down to the characters. It's not necessarily the actual fantasy setting or the magic or anything like that. What really changes this series from all the other series I have seen is mainly the two characters, the main female and the main male character of Grimoire of Zero. And to kind of dive into these characters and kind of the summary of it, the main male character, he is a half-human, half-beast creature. And pretty much in this universe, you have it to where regular, human beings, they can get together and they can have a child, and sometimes when a child is born, it can be half man, half beast. And because of this, you have it to where the main male character, he is kind of like a whitish-looking cat dude, okay? And pretty much, he is shunned by society. Society does not like him. They don't want him around. They don't want him in towns or anything like that. People are constantly either trying to hunt him down, trying to kill him, whatever. It's a endless cycle of him running away because he's causing a lot of trouble for everyone around him. And because of this, it caused a lot of trouble for his family and friends in his village. And so eventually he had to go on the run and just distance himself from civilization for he can be by himself. So the overall presentation of the main male character, he's not the typical, young kid. He's not the kid that should be in middle school or high school. This dude, our main character, the mercenary, he's kind of like an adult, almost. He's an adult in terms of age, and also, he isn't the, stereotypical main character in these type of series. But on top of that, the main female character is pretty damn interesting as well. She actually stands out in terms of not being completely tsundere, normally what you would see in these type of series. A tsundere where, they're mainly just tsundere, there's no love there at all, and they're just straight up assholes. The main female character, she has a hint of wisdom about her. She looks young, but she has a lot of wisdom, and she isn't the typical character we would see as the main female character in this type of series, especially traveling with our main male character, which I really appreciate. But on top of that, some of the lines in comedy from her is pretty damn hilarious. Like, one of my favorite lines in this episode was when they were, both resting for the night. The main character woke up and all that, and he realized the girl was on top of him just sleeping because she was trying to stay warm, and, he's like a cat, pretty much. Well, he got embarrassed, and she's like, why you act like that, and all that. He's like, if it really bothers you that much, why don't you just think of you as the floor, and I as the body pillow? And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that, I have to admit, I had a good laugh with that. There was some good lines throughout here and there throughout the episode that had me laughing, and I just like the chemistry between the two characters. It definitely works, and it's not the typical cast you would see in this type of series. So there is a lot of potential. One of the big things carrying this series right now is definitely the main characters. Now, besides that, the main plot of the series, from what we can see, is that our main female character, Zero, she has lost her grimoire, and she needs to get it back, because this grimoire she wrote herself can end the entire world. And so because of that, they're on a quest to get it back. They're going in the middle of enemy territory to get it back, which, as I've already said, the main male character, he's half man, half beast, so he's automatically shunned. But also, witches as well are kind of shunned too. So with all of this being said, there's a lot of problems that these two characters are going to face, a lot of difficulties, but on top of that, there's some very interesting mechanics when it comes to the way the magic and sorcery is done in this series too, to kind of spice up the plot, which that's what I want to dive into right now. So apparently there is a difference in this series. There is a difference between sorcery and magic, okay? Sorcery is kind of like a simpler term, like it's like I guess, weaker magic from what I can see, and the actual magic, it seems to be really, really strong, like very powerful, which is why some of the witches are becoming stronger, because they have that grimoire, which Zero wrote. So there's a very distinct difference between the two sources of magic, and I like how that was kind of explained and let us know, and it also didn't feel like it was trying to slow things down and drag down the entire narrative of the episode. It felt just right, where I was able to become immersed in the episode, and it didn't distract me, or like, holy shit, I gotta remember all this, rewatch the scene again constantly, just to understand everything I saw. So I do appreciate the presentation of this first episode, so well done, Studio White Fox, for a glorious first episode. Now, personally, in my personal opinion, I don't think this is the best series yet of Spring of Anime 2017. Now, I'm not counting sequels, obviously. However, this series has a lot of potential to be an anime of the season. It has that potential, it just depends on where it goes. It depends on where the characters go, and the plot takes us. That's really what it comes down to right now. But the characters, though, they're pretty, pretty nice. I like the characters, I want more of them, and hopefully we get to see more characterization from them and all that, because so far, I like what we have so far. So yeah, first episode. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It was definitely fun. It was a fun first episode. It's definitely something to look forward to every single Monday, and I mean, since this anime season's had quite a few disappointments already with some anime series, I'm glad to have something like this, Grimoire of Zero, to come out on a Monday. It kind of, settles things out a little bit, because majority of the good stuff is coming out on, like, Saturday or Friday, and some Sunday as well, so it's kind of nice to see, like, this series come out on a Monday, too, in, like, some parts in the week, instead of just on the weekend. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day, or night, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.